Hi YouTube, Jack here. So I've always wanted the fastest and most latest computers possible. While growing up I had some basic knowledge around computers and computer parts. Throughout the years I've bought a couple pre-built PCs and laptops through different tech companies with what I thought were pretty good specs. But after buying them, found that the quality wasn't very reliable. For example, they would all of a sudden become very slow or would have blue or black screen for no reason or would crash quite often. So over the last month or so, since I've been thinking a bit more about my YouTube channel, I thought to myself, maybe I should get started in learning how to build my own PC. As a bit of an investment and to be able to make better videos, in particular gaming videos, and potentially doing some streaming. So I started to do a bit of research around this. I've done a bit of reading and watched a lot of YouTube channels around how to build a PC, about different PC parts, their performance, their compatibility, their reliability, and all that kind of stuff. I have been doing this research because of my bad experiences with the pre-built systems, and I just wanted to be able to choose my own good quality parts and do it myself, or even choose my own good quality parts and getting someone or the tech companies to build it for me. However, I am a little bit wary about buying computer parts in general, just because of my bad experience with the pre-built systems. But I'm trying to think positive, that not all the tech companies are trying to rip us off, and I just happen to be unlucky and get some bad quality products through some potentially good companies. So I'm leaning towards choosing all the parts through one company and getting them to build it for me rather than me building it myself, just to make it easier for me straight away. Because if something goes wrong, it's a lot easier sending the system back to them and getting it sorted rather than trying to go through all the parts and troubleshoot and go through all that kind of trouble. But with a view of building my own PC in the future. Before I get into the parts that I am thinking of using for my computer, here is a bit of a general information for my build. My budget is between $2,500 and $3,000. However, I do prefer it to be around the middle or the low end of that. I am also from New Zealand, so this is in New Zealand dollars, which would be approximately $1,500 to $1,800 US. So I guess before anyone says things could be cheaper and they are not from New Zealand, just to also consider that New Zealand is a pretty small country, and I think there probably isn't as much of a demand or competition for PC building as some other countries. So the parts we get here may be a bit more limited and maybe a bit more expensive, potentially, I'm not sure. I could also potentially buy parts online from places like Amazon. This could be cheaper, but I would need to think about shipping costs to New Zealand, which I haven't actually researched into. So as mentioned, I am looking to get my system built for me. And all the parts that I have included are from a company that I'm looking into, so that also limits some of the parts that I can choose. So the parts that I've chosen are as follows. So for the CPU, I have chosen the Ryzen 7 3700X, which is approximately $570 New Zealand or $345 US. For the motherboard, I've chosen the ASUS Prime X570-P, not the Pro. for $328 New Zealand or 199 US. I'm not too sure about the case. I originally wanted the Lian Li LAN Cool 2. However, this is no longer an option as it has been removed from the options list with the company that I am thinking of using. So instead I have just gone with the NZXT H510 case for $160 New Zealand or $97 US. So let me know if you know any better cases with better thermals for around the same price. The CPU cooler is a Noctua NHU9S for $99 New Zealand or $60 US. For the memory, I have chosen the Corsair Vengeance LPX 16 gigs, so 2 times 8 gig sticks, 3200 with latency of 16. For the storage, I will be having some sort of M.2 SSD, either a 250 gig or 500 gig. So something like the Crucial MX500 for $119 New Zealand or $72 US. I will also have a hard drive of at least 1 terabyte, such as the Seagate Barracuda 1 terabyte 128 MB for $99 New Zealand or $60 US. The graphics card, I am going for 2070 Super for approximately $1,000 New Zealand or $606 US. For the power supply, I have gone for the Silverstone Strider 750 watt full modular power supply, which is $170 New Zealand or $103 US. I will also need an operating system because I don't have a copy. Windows 10 will be around $220 New Zealand or $133 US. So looking at all the parts, this will cost a total of $2,964 New Zealand or $1,795 US. But if I'm to get all the parts through the company that I'm looking at and get them to build it, it would cost approximately 2,782 New Zealand or 1,688 US. I know I could probably reallocate some of my budget to get some better performance, such as not having the X570 board or having lower power supply, and getting like a B450 board or a better graphics card. But I wanted those parts just for the potential to upgrade in the future. If I upgrade it or not, that's a different story. From my research, all the parts should be compatible. So comment down below around what you think I should do and the parts that I have chosen. If you would change any of the parts, or if you know any incompatibility issues, or the other option is not using any of these parts and just waiting for the new CPUs and new GPUs to be released and go from there. Let me know your builds or potential builds and want me to research and comment on. Press the like button if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me, or if you want to see if I end up buying the computer, building the computer, or not at all. Till next video, see ya.